Toadster back. Got a replay for you. This is in the IS-6, and it is on the map Lakeville and its encounter. Wanted to briefly talk to you guys about what's going on in my life, in case you care. I own a construction company, and actually it's quite busy right now because there are a lot of essential facilities, and I've been working on one of those, and it needed to get done so that the people could move in. So that's one thing. And then it's just busy in construction anyway, which I've started a new business, and I'm just busy. So I appreciate you guys sticking with the channel. I'm sorry I did get some replays from you guys, and I cannot get them to work. I was going to jump on and throw some replays on, not only of mine, but other people, but I just can't get them to work because they're too old. So I apologize about that, but let's go ahead and without further ado move forward. We're in the IS-6 here, and normally this looks like a suicide run, but if you look, we're going to be covered by bushes and houses and everything else. So we're going to be able to push kind of straight in, and that's actually, on this map, that's actually an option, unless they have a wheeled vehicle that is going to push up really aggressively here. But even still, likely, nobody's going to be able to hit you, because anyone fast enough to get here is not going to have the firepower to actually penetrate you. So I think this is a fairly safe play. I'll have to try it a few more times. Maybe not in tier 10, but when you're top tier in a tier 8, it's a viable play. And so it gets me into the town rather quickly, which is kind of nice because there is a Progetto here. And I noticed that this T-37 is trying to push back and run away. And so I try to allow him to do that, but it makes me eat a shot of damage because I give tracks, right? But this Progetto, he's paying the price. So I'm going to stop the replay at some points. Not right now, obviously, because it's just a KV2. KV2 doing what KV2s do. But I know that that guy is on reload, right? And I'm going to show you that I don't play this perfectly, right? I don't play it super well. But what I will say is I know this Yag Panther is trying to line up for a shot. And look to my right. There you go. I do kind of catch the fact that there's a guy there, but I do not push back far enough. He is still in position, and I am ignoring him, right? The only thing that's probably saving me here is his lack of aim or RNG. And, of course, at the same time, I'm struggling because I got this dead tank here. And so, we do lose a lot of health here. Unfortunately, it's just Toadster's way of playing the game. So I'm trying to push that up a little further, and I should have continued to push it, right? Because I just pull out just a little too far, and that KV3 gets my side. At any rate, now we're ammo racked, so we're just playing it slow. But you notice that the 112 has pushed up, and there's really... he can just bully my teammates. And unfortunately, I take a ton of damage here. The KV2, the Yag Panther, you know, I'm just not playing very well. Fortunately, most of the stuff is dead that can really hurt me. That 112 is a concern, as is the KV2, but I believe that the KV2 may have died. Yes, he died. So we're going to go ahead and just take this Comet kill. And we know that there's two tier 6s up against this wall, that Thunderbolt, which... and the T-3485M, which just died. So I probably should have turned back because I have a shot right now, right? So these are the things that I think about when after I watch the replay. And you guys, it's not a terrible idea to watch your replays. Okay, so I want to note that this was almost always going to be a bounce. He could have maybe gotten my lower plate, but my guess is from his angle, my lower plate is fairly concealed. He probably couldn't even hit it because of the angle that he's at. He's aimed up the hill. So it was a bounce no matter what. But when you're a one-shot like this, you don't really want to take those chances, right? So at any rate, that's me making mistakes, right? And so what I'm doing now is I'm getting safe from him. I'm going to back up. And I get a little bit lucky with this KV-3. Now, one thing about the KV-3 is it has very little penetration. Even with gold rounds, he's got 217, and that's just not enough. So one of the things I noticed at this point was that I was being fired at from over there somewhere. So my goal and mission is to get out of the way of that light tank, because him having my rear is, as we go back into first person here, is very problematic. So we're just staying to where that light tank cannot hit us, and we're going to pull around here and try and get a shot. We don't end up getting a shot, but that's fine. Now, I'm down to gold rounds because I carry a lot of gold in this thing, because I only have 217 pen, right? But now you know how to defeat a KV-3. That middle bar, easy peasy. Now, some of you will notice that I've changed to HE, and that's because at the time I changed to HE, there was a light tank, a Barask, and an M12 artillery. So one thing I want to highlight is, why am I setting up here, right? The reason that I'm setting up here is because the Barask, we're capping, so the Barask has to come. He's either coming this lane or he's coming this lane. I'm just trying to get far enough away that if he is coming this lane, it's kind of a hard shot. If he's coming this lane, it's a very hard shot. He doesn't have great gun handling, he doesn't have great pen, and he has 0 armor. So HE is a great way to handle him, and you're going to see what I mean. 520 damage, and that allows my teammates to finish him off with no problems. Now, I think the game's over, which is a huge mistake on my part, right? It's a big mistake, because I could have got more damage out of this game. But instead, the VTU finds the Arty, and he kills him off. And so that's the end of this game. I've got one more replay, and you guys want to stick around for the next replay because it is a doozy. So let's go ahead and look at the after action on this one, though. Okay, here we are at the after action report. We did get an ace tanker. We ended up with a steel wall and a high caliber out of that. And look at all the tanks that we hit and spotted. So quite a few. 4,200 damage. 1,313 base XP, 3 kills. Our LTG was second. He must have done some spotting, huh? Not a huge amount. Maybe it doesn't take much to get the STG, but we were almost double the experience there. 14 shots fired, 13 pens, and we ended up with 517 assistance, which brought us up to about 4,700. Total 61,000 credits, a non-premium account. So we would have probably had 100,000 credits there had we had a premium account. And a total of 1,444 total XP. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope to catch you next time. The next game is in the Progetto 46, and it is one you don't want to miss. Catch you later, guys.